So this is a video about the composite design pattern. Here's the definition. The composite pattern allows you to compose objects into tree structures. So with composite design pattern, you can treat individual objects and collections uniformly. So here's a UML. First up, we have this abstract class called component that has an operation. We can inherit this class into the leaf class, which implements the operation. Or we can take this component class and inherit it into the composite class. So we have implementation for the existing operation method, but also we have multiple other methods we are adding. So we are inheriting the component class, but the composite class also consists of these said components. So we have a collection of components that can run all these same methods. So why composite? So when you're having a structure of objects, you want to treat them uniformly. So even if it's an individual object or a collection of objects, you want to have a uniform method. So by using composite, you are simplifying your code and making it less error prone. So let's do an example out of this. So first up, we're going to do a UML. And a new class diagram there. So first, the composite class. In the definition, it was an abstract class. I'm using an interface here. And what I want to do is that I want to have a program that contains persons, but I want to be able to group my persons. So as the interface, I'm calling it individual. And I'm giving the individual two different methods. So they can say hello and they can say goodbye. So let's implement the individual. So we are creating from the individual a person. So we're defining a person with a name. And then we want to create a constructor that takes a parameter. So we don't have to actually add a method that way you can add a name. So when we create a person, we give them a name. And then we're just implementing those two methods. Say hello and say goodbye. There. So as I said, I want to group my persons. So the next thing we're going to do, we create a composite class called a group, shockingly. And let's implement that as well. So this group has the same methods and same responsibilities as any individual because the group consists of individuals. So that said, we are going to need the composite relationship here. So our group contains multiple individuals, but at least one. And we're going to use array list. There. So now I'm at the same time implementing the interface, but also composing my class with the individuals. And when I'm composing this group, I want to store my individuals somewhere. So I'm making an array list here and defining the data type as individual. and giving it a name. Then, in order to initialize the data structure, I want to define a constructor called group. No need for the parameters for now. So I'm not adding people or persons when I'm creating this group, and that's why I'm gonna have an add member method that takes an individual. And now it should be typo free. And then we want to take those two methods and implement those as well. There. So here's basically the composite pattern. Then let's add a main class so we can run this whole thing. And adding as parameter the string argument array of strings that are the arguments. So then I'm just saying this UML that the main class will be using individuals, multiple of them. There. Some interesting typos going on. So this is our UML, so let's make it a Java then. Calling it with the right name, so composite. There. And then we're gonna generate the code. And there. So first up, let's take the person class. So in the constructor, we want to add the parameter into the variable we already have stored here. And when we are saying hello, I'm just gonna print out one line that this person says hi. And with the say goodbye method, same thing but saying bye this time. And that's it. Then doing the group class, first up we're gonna add the library here so it won't have an errors going on. So in the constructor, you want to initialize your array list. There. Otherwise it'll be an empty array list all the time. So when you're adding a member, all you need to do is call the add method and just put the parameter there. Then when you're saying hello, you want to go through your collection. So we can use the for each loop here. So first up, we are defining the element in the collection, and then we define the collection. And then we can say whatever the member has to do, or the element. So member dot say hello, and completely same thing with the say goodbye method. So I'm just gonna steal that and tell the member to say goodbye. There. So as you can see, basically the same thing, but we're just going through a collection here. So now we have everything defined. So we can actually do the program. First up, what I need is multiple persons. So I'm gonna create multiple persons here with their respective names. And there, 5 persons. And then creating groups. I want to have 3 groups. So call G1, G2, and G3. Just gonna copy paste this. G2 and G3. Then let's just add some folks there. So for the group number 1, I'm giving it Joe and Fred. For the second group, I'm gonna go with Sue and Bob. And the third group will have 3 members, Bob, Fred, and Ellen. There. Now we can actually make it print something. So first, let's take one individual. So Bob can say hi. Then let's take a group. G1 gets to say hello. Then the group of G2 gets to say bye. And G3 says hello. There. Now we can run the class or the program. And we see that Bob is saying hi here. Then our G1 is saying hi, so Joe and Fred going on. Then group 2, Sue and Bob saying bye-bye. And finally, Bob, Fred, and Ellen all saying hi. So here's basically what the composite pattern is all about.